There's a quick one, real quick one, about a guy who handles things like a boss after discovering that his wife of 8 years is having an affair with a coworker. And let me tell you guys, you're going to see after 8 years, this guy, even though he loves her, shows no mercy. This guy goes behind the scenes, plans everything out, and then strikes. And to no surprise, even though she's the one cheating, having the affair, he's seen as the bad guy with some friends because of how he goes about the whole thing. And I'm going over this one as an example, guys, that if you find out that your wife or girlfriend, whatever, is doing this to you, particularly a wife, if she's sneaking behind your back and doing Lord knows what with Lord knows who and Lord knows where, you have every right to go behind the scenes, plan your attack, plan everything, and strike. Because at the end of the day, no mercy. Titled, Am I the A-hole for filing divorce without letting my wife of 8 years know about it? And a shout out to Ash for sending me this short story. He says, I, a 34-year-old male, filed for divorce after discovering my wife, a 35-year-old female, her affair with her coworker. Coworker, huh? There's a cliche. We've been married for 8 years and together for 12. Holy crap, that's a long percentage of his life. She has been acting cold towards me since March. There were other suspicious things as well. After some detective work, snooping actually, I came to learn she had been having an affair with her coworker. It was first emotional and then became physical. This poor guy, he's been with her for 12 years, married 8, with her for 12. And this is what she's doing. And this is why, guys, you find out your girlfriend or wife's having an emotional affair. If she hasn't already, it's going to get physical. Well, I didn't confront her and just kept acting like everything is okay. We had protected sex, continued our date nights and activities during that time. Well, you know what? If she's putting up the big act, so can this guy. Because if he let her know, she can immediately go in damage control mode. He's behind the scenes, planning. I was collecting evidence and working with my attorney to complete the filing behind the scenes and financial things. That lasted for about 4 months, and she was served last week. Man, that would have been great to catch that on video. Better at work. I closed our mutual credit cards, took my half from our joint account, and was completely prepared while she was not. My full STD test came back clear. She broke down and tried talking to me, but I acted as if I'm indifferent. But in reality, I've been crying secretly some nights since I discovered her affairs, and it hurts. I'll see it to the end. Bro, you're a human being, but I'm glad you were stoic and indifferent around her. That's okay if you were crying behind the scenes. You know, plenty of guys have been there. You're betrayed. Your heart was ripped out. You loved her. Thought she would never do this. Not my girl. Well, there you go. Your girl. No shame. And of course, she puts on the waterworks for him. I'm so sorry. Fuck you. I talked about it with a few of my friends, and some of them told me I should have at least let her know I was filing for divorce so she could be prepared. Was what I did wrong? No. First of all, it's not, okay, you talk with your friends. Tell her, honey, that's like, you're going to plan an attack on an enemy and be like, oh, by the way, enemy, just so you know, on September 1st, I'm going to attack you. So just to be fair here, enemy's like, okay, no problem. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think the enemy's going to do? This is the same thing. This is war now. You don't tell the enemy you're going to attack. And guess what? You were already attacked by her. She didn't communicate with you that there was some problem in the marriage, that she was unhappy about something, she wasn't getting enough attention, enough of validation, whatever her reason were for cheating on it. She didn't give you warning. She didn't communicate with you like an adult if there's a problem, because that's key in a relationship, communication. So why should you show her the courtesy? If you told her you were going to divorce her, what do you think she'd do? She'd be draining the bank accounts. She could be racking up things on the credit cards, and then the judge says, oh, that's a marital asset, and you got to pay for part of that. No way. You went behind the scenes, talked to her. This guy did everything I say always to do, and now he's in a better position. And if she gets mad at you and friends get mad at you, now you know who's on your side. So absolutely, you're not the a-hole here. You are the a-hole if you feel bad about it and cave to your friends' demands. But this is the time to start picking and choosing who your friends are. Now some comments here. And the whole comment section is full of overwhelmingly people on his side, thank the Lord. One guy says, you're not the a-hole. It's not like she gave you the courtesy of letting you know of her extramarital affairs. It's only the same to not let her have known about the divorce filing. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Another one. not the a-hole. You handled this the way it should have been done. You took all the power and control away from her, and that's kryptonite to a cheater. She didn't make one horrible mistake. She calculated, lied continuously, and broke the marriage. Indifference is the best and most effective revenge. Indifference, frankly, makes the difference. Indifference is kryptonite to women. Drives them crazy, and usually drives them to your bed. Karma will be her knowing you are happy with her replacement. She'll feel like a discarded old shoe because, statistically speaking, a long-term relationship with another cheater is never going to happen. She's left with a black hole in her heart and will never heal. She doesn't have a heart. If she has a heart, it's a lump of coal. And I might add, guys, I want to point something out here. Our guy's 34, I think he said. She's 35. She ain't in her prime anymore. Maybe she looks darn good for 35. I've known and dated many darn good-looking 35-year-old women, but it ain't the same as the prime of the 20s. It's not going to be as easy for her, let alone get a long-term commitment. And if she's with a cheater, then guess what? He's not going to stay with her. And by the way, I found out doing some digging in his responses that this dickwad that's hooking up with her, he's married too. Yeah. Another guy says here, I'm very sorry this happened to you. It's not your fault. It's not a problem you're making, but you handled it perfectly. Good luck to you, bro. You're going to be just fine. He is going to be fine. It's going to take a while to heal. I mean, if he's 34 and 12 years he's been with her, married for 8, that's a big chunk of his life. You know, it's going to take years to get over. But I've seen guys get through worse, and he'll be okay. One day at a time. Another one, not the a-hole. She was the one who cheated. You had every right to make a one-sided decision to divorce her, and you don't owe her preparation time. Moreover, you didn't blindside her. You took half of your joint account money while you could have taken it all. I'm sorry for what you're going through. Think about it. He could have raided the whole account. Another one, not the a-hole. Mutuality and communication obviously wasn't her policy when she decided to step out of the marriage without giving you a heads up. You're simply repaying the favor by keeping your cards close to your chest and protecting your interests. Smart move on your part. Being a cheater doesn't get to dictate fairness in the fallout. Keep your head high and enjoy your newfound freedom. Well, this guy, frankly, probably was hoping to have a nice long life with her and maybe kids one day and didn't want freedom, but look what happened. Thank God he doesn't have kids with her, huh? And one more. This guy says, not the a-hole. You're well within your rights. Anyway, it's always better to get ahead of these things. If you would have let her know, you would have had to deal with more nagging, lying, gaslighting, and the lot, which I'm sure in the situation would have been more than anyone should take. Yeah, if he let her know, he would have gotten the waterworks. Well, first, if he confronted her at first, she would have gaslighted him and yelled at him saying, how could you accuse me of such a thing? How could you not trust me? And then when he would provide evidence, she'd be like, you were snooping at my phone, you were snooping at my computer, you were following me, you don't trust me, this is why I cheat on you, because you don't trust me, that type of shit. Doesn't need that. And of course, then when she finally realized he meant business, then the waterworks and the begging, and you can have an open relationship. No. You've been together for 12 years, but she didn't even have the decency to try to make it work. She's cold towards you, you said to yourself. You did the right thing, screw everybody else's opinions. Every few years, guys, every 5 to 10 years, I think everybody needs to do just the way you might go through the garage or the basement or the closet and get rid of some old shit that you've had there, clearing up old clothes, old this that you never use again, old books, and donate them to the Salvation Army or charity, whatever you know what I mean? It's the same thing got to be with people in your life, and realize these people are adding nothing to my life. They're a drain. They're not on my team. They're not on my side, and it's time to and move on, really. Because I'm sure there's nobody like this in my life now, because I'm who I am, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have people in your life that you probably on occasion are like, why am I hanging out with this dude? Or why am I with this girl? Or, so this is, every once in a while, you can do the same thing with him with these so-called friends of his. Anyway, there you go. Handle like a boss. I wish you luck, brother.